Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for choosing this channel. Now, there is shocking news here. I am just reading for you to understand. Now, the East African Paul Kagame rejects helicopter donation from United States. Rwanda rejects Chopper 2 from US over safety concern. That is the old crisis emerging that we want to analyze today. And as I am still proceeding, the speculation stemmed from image during rounds on social media, igniting widespread debate on the matter. The reports, which became on top trend for the better part of the morning, claimed that Kagame rejected the donation from the United States over safety concern. Kagame have rejected the donation of a helicopter which it was given by the United States of America. And I asked myself several questions that why could US offer Paul Kagame the chopper? I had a clip to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. Then I want you to listen to this clip attentively. After that, we are going to carry on with our YouTube analysis.
To Kigali?
No. Bringing him or guiding him to come to Kigali and rendition or means like that seem to be illegal are totally different things. Absolutely. Now, if for him he was working with somebody in Burundi, right, in the same plot of destabilizing our country, and the same person, for example, decided to drive him to Kigali, the person he was working with and he had trusted, and the government was working with that person he trusted, how does government become culpable for that operation?
It's the rainy season in Rwanda. We could hear the storm approaching above us. And when the clouds finally broke, it was time to pause, to reflect. And after nearly an hour of waiting, we resumed the conversation. The international community fears that, if I have permission to speak bluntly, that, Kagame wants him convicted, rubber stamp court, lock him up and throw away the key. What guarantees can you give today of a fair trial?
All those concerns can't be further from the truth. One, Rusesabagina, a citizen of this country, was done something terrible wrong, committed a crime. I have heard that he holds other citizenships of other countries. That's okay. I have no quarrel with that. He certainly did something wrong. And by the way, he is accused with a number of other people. So he's not alone in this case that he's being tried for. So that is also character that must be put forward. So taking him out of that and treating him differently and special, that's not going to work. So the case is going to court, all these people being tried. And it is important that there is a fair trial.
Paul Kagame has been president of Rwanda since the year 2000. The country's constitution has already been amended to allow him to serve more terms. Human Rights Watch claims that opposition figures are persistently targeted. If Kagame wins the next election in 2024, he could hold on to power for more than a decade longer. There's no Western leader that has been in office as long as you have.
Do I care about that?
Because
the Western leader is a Western leader.
Because electorates normally throw people out. The nature of electorates and democracies is that people get tired of it and they move to another person.
That is if you are telling me, that everyone has to conform to what the West tells us to do. I'm not one of those people. The Western world is a world on its own. It has many good things that they do. It has many bad things they do.
There's no democratically elected leader in a generally accepted democracy that has been in office as long as you.
Democracy is not defined by the West. No. If it does, then what happens of the contradictions that happen in the West, where we find...
Listen to Paul Kagame speaking about democracy is not defined by the West. The clip I've just displayed indicates a lot, and if you are very much attentive, then you will realize that the secret behind Paul Kagame rejecting the United States of American donation chopper or helicopter is what crisis emerging in African community leadership. That is what we want to dwell much on. Why is Kagame rejecting? Before I carry on, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for your support to this channel. I want to appreciate you so much to the new subscribers who tune in and click the subscriptions button and subscribe to our channel. Remember, we are hoping that by the end of this week, we are done with 2,000 subscribers. I will really appreciate you so much. Continue with the same spirit. Please consider to give this video a thumb of like. When you like this video, it will reach to several people in YouTube community platform. I also want to believe that this video of today is going to reach you well wherever you are. Now, let's proceed with whatever is taking place, ladies and gentlemen. For your information, you ought to understand that Paul Kagame is a very bright leader in Africa. Paul Kagame is the topmost African president with high level of education. But that is not our major concern. Our major concern is that why is Kagame rejecting helicopter donation? This rejection is coming only 2 days after we saw the late CDF boss together with his junior staff had a plane crash in Elgeyo Marakwet, and they all died except one who survived. So that one takes us to the first observation why Kagame is rejecting this chopper. Number one is that Kagame maybe fear that this chopper might be a trap, as he always going against the West leadership. So Kagame is not having any interest to take the offer. Number two, Kagame have come to his sense, and I have realized that when the deal is so good, think twice. He is trying to reflect to other African presidents that you have to stand firm and avoid free things, focused on your own lane, and move with your people together. That is whatever Kagame is now telling the United States of America. Then lastly, this is total shame. How can the president coming from Africa reject the superpower offer? What can that one tell you? It is telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that African leaders now they want to be independent. They don't want any West donation or offer in Africa. That what they can do with the European nation is to just businesses and also the dollars exchange, so on and so on. That is why we are seeing Kagame is now rejecting this chopper. I'm also seeing Kagame is shocking African president by making this move, because most of African presidents, they love free things, and most of Africans leaders, not only president. They always love free things on their own benefit. They don't want to bring it to the people who should get it free. But with me, as I conclude this, is that the United States of America was just trying to show Kagame how concerned they are with African leadership. First, again, I'm seeing the US wanted to test Kagame's leadership, his firmness and his trust to the United States of America. So this is going to mark the end of President Paul Kagame with the US, believe me or not. Maybe these free things, as much as they shouldn't be accepted, but it is very risk as a whole president rejecting this move. Then lastly, Joe Biden seems to know whatever he's doing. Joe Biden was also testing the faith of Kagame. He wanted to see if Kagame is still with them. Remember, so many countries in Africa are working with the United States of America, except this man who always go against the West. For instance, Kenya is #1 known in East Africa, and we believe by May is going to United States of America. He have been invited for the dinner, and he said during Benin that he is the only first African president who have been invited by the United States of America White House for the dinner. So you see, this is a little bit challenge, and that is why also Kagame spoke about that. I analyze it. So those are the reason why Kagame is now bringing this hot crisis politics emerging in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your take on this Kagame's rejection on a free helicopter which was offered by him by the United States of America? What can you say on this move as I end the analysis at this point? Please consider to share this video, consider to give us your opinion at the comment section below, and lastly, like this video. Thank you and bye bye, as you hope to meet on another political discussion.